Hey everybody, it's me, John Ward, and I am back with I'm not really sure what to call this. I'm here with John R. Walker, and we've been trying to do this now for 2 weeks to do the video, but I kept getting stuck at Jiffy Lube. But we've been talking about doing something like this for a while, but this isn't really a one filmmaker. It's not really a Dark Park Film Reviews. It's more of a Dollar Tree, kind of your adventure over here in the States, primarily, spending time with your family and things, but also going to Dollar Tree for the first time. So please let everybody know who John R. Walker is, and then we'll get into it.
Okay, hi John. Well, it's finally great to talk to you. So yeah, John R. Walker. I've directed a couple of indie films. I work at the BBC. I'm a first AD on an afternoon drama. I don't know, daytime drama. So I mean, we had a massive stunt today where somebody's car had to splash a puddle on somebody and get them wet. That's the sort of stunts we're talking about on our show.
Nice.
Yeah, I work full time. I'm very lucky I get to work full time in the TV industry. But what that means is I don't have as much time as I would like to work in the indie industry. So with that in mind, hence why a few years ago I kind of got this little character, this newsreader that's kind of continued in many films, because it's the most I can kind of really do with the short amount of time I get outside of working. Plus being a father and a husband, that kind of takes up, a lot of my time as well. So
yeah, your character is he's been in some of my films, and he was in Medoc Massacre 4, and he was also in Skull Evil, and hoping that he will return for AXEMAS 3 and 4, because I have some good ideas there, and probably even delete my short films. So I definitely have jobs waiting for you. So what is the name of this character, and how did you come up with him?
Okay, well, Peter Summers. His first name is after my papa, my late papa. So that's why Peter. I think Summers just because it sounded like a newsreader's name, and I don't even remember what the first job was. But a friend of mine, who's my DP on my couple of films, he was working at this place, and they had a studio and they had some cameras, and he invited me over, and I'm like, dude, we can do like some new stuff here. So I just made this kind of promotional video saying, right, this is me. I'm available if you want to use me in your film. I'm available for you. We'll use the studio. But I think we only did one there before that studio became we weren't able to use it anymore. So from now, I just treated myself to one of those green screens that opens up. The ones that are impossible to put back together again. I've got an office a few miles from here, so I just set up the camera, some lights, and just kind of, do him from there now. But yeah, he's done a good few films. He's just done, well, I think he's, I've just done something for a British filmmaker recently, because most of what I do is kind of American filmmakers. So I remember the first job I got, trying to be an American newsreader. And the guy I did it for, I said, how's this for an accent? And he's like, no. That's why he's very, very British.
Yeah, because it's funny, is in Skull Evil, Gotham, the next door neighbor of our main characters, runs over and he goes, some British guy on TV is, which was not in the script. It was just supposed to be like on the news they're talking about, and he threw in some British guy, and I thought that was funny that he pointed out that you're, which I guess works continuity wise, because you're on the TV with our main characters, and it shows that he's watching the same, the same news channel. And you were also on Doctor Who.
Yes. So in the UK, I used to be quite. I used to do a lot of background stuff, just background work, including like 7 or 8 Doctor Who's, did the 4 seasons of Torchwood, and did the Sarah Jane Adventures. And then after I gave up background in 2012, I tried writing a book. A friend of mine had an idea for a book. Let me jump back. friend of mine had an idea for a book, and I said, "Oh, okay, let me write to a couple of agents to see what I can do." Next thing you know, we sold that book for a really good amount of money, and I thought, well, that was easy. Let's do my book. So I wrote a book about my adventures as a sporting artist, extra, whatever you want to call it, and sent it to these people, and they're like, no. So I found some more names on the internet. No. So I just, oh my gosh, I went everywhere trying to find a sale, and nobody was interested. Nobody was interested. So in the end, I self-published this book about being an extra. But from the self-publishing and getting local press, for some reason, the national press got in touch. And it was so weird because I was at work, and this is why I was still at the supermarket then. And I got this text from someone saying, "Oh, John, have you checked the Daily Mirror today? You're in the Mirror." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll check it in a minute. That's nice." Then I get another text going, "John, have you checked the Sun today? You're in the Sun." I'm like, "Okay, all these are national papers." And then another one said, "John, you're in the Telegraph." I'm like, "Okay, this is weird." So I went along to the newspaper section, and sure enough, I was in every single national newspaper all about being a TV extra. It was so weird. I was getting phone calls. People were coming in, all the customers coming in. "Oh, I've just seen you in all the papers." And it was so weird. I was asked to do both the national breakfast TV shows the next day, but I'm not particularly good at interviews, as you'll figure out. So I got a little bit scared of those and kind of kept away. And I mean, to be fair, I kind of kept away from a lot of the press. But I just got so much. It was so weird. And even now in the UK, if you Google Britain's most prolific television extra, my name comes up, which is kind of a fun thing to talk about. But when I first went to the BBC, it was something I kind of hid because over here, being an extra is kind of like really frowned upon. After a while, once after people kind of respected me for who I was, then I was, much more open to talk about it at work. And now it's kind of funny. And now, I'm quite lucky. I go, "Oh, yeah. I remember seeing Martin Scorsese work or Spielberg work. And, how lucky am I to have been in a position where I get paid to sit there and watch these people direct,
Wow, yeah,
and the
yeah.
like. I chatted to Joe Johnson on the set of Captain America about his experiences on Star Wars. And you're like, hang on a minute, I used to be embarrassed about these things. And now I'm like, man, how lucky was I, really, to be honest?
Right. Yeah. No, it's a great opportunity. So it's great that you get to do these type of things. So
It's been a while now. I haven't done anything like that now for 10, 13 years. But
well,
yes, anyway, so it just got a lot of press, and I self-published this book. And anyway, that was kind of that. Where did this conversation start? What was the question?
About Doctor Who.
Oh, Doctor Who. So within there, several stories about my Doctor Who adventure. So yes, my first one was literally a walk past in the Christmas Invasion, and I think it was what's Big Brown Coat? What's his name?
So Christmas Invasion
after Eccleston was
it Peter Tennant? Was Christmas Invasion?
David Tennant. Yes, David Tennant.
David Tennant, yeah, because then it was Matt Smith, and yeah.
It was like Tennant's first one. It was Christmas Invasion, and I literally walked past. But at the time, I was like, "Yes, I've made it into Doctor Who at last." my first background role was for a 1998 straight-to-video Doctor Who spin-off for real time called Auton 2, and I thought that'd be the only time I'd ever get anywhere near Who. But of course, Who came back some years later. So yeah, did that Christmas Invasion one, and then a few weeks later, called back to do the New Earth. And I'm one of the 4 people that goes in the shower with Tennant at the end of this. But we've got all the diseases. Yeah, so I did a few. Did Turn Left, and just did a few. I auditioned for Cybermen, but completely messed it up.
You auditioned for Cybermen, but you were playing a Dalek.
Yeah. No, I tell you, the audition was so tough. They basically they blindfold you. They put an Auton mask on us, and you've got pinholes to see out of. It is nigh on impossible to see. They put you with somebody you've never met. You've got a beat to listen to, and you're told to march in time with each other to this beat. And I mean, I do not know how bad I was because I couldn't see. But obviously not that good because I never got the gig.
Yeah, it's I've always loved Doctor Who. I've watched it since the last season of Tom Baker when that originally came on, because
That's
we would
pretty
get.
much. I'm
sorry.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. That was pretty much the same as me. The last episode of Tom Baker was my first episode.
Oh,
Logopolis was my
Logopolis.
first
Yeah.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like John Nathan Turner took over, for a little bit because the show was declining, and then he brought it back up, and all the episodes were really dark, and yeah, Logopolis is I think one of Tom Baker's best episodes. It's really, really kind of grisly, and then we get into Peter Davison and all that stuff with John Nathan Turner. But yeah, I saw those originally when they came out, when they were being shown out here on PBS. And then we ended up getting bootlegs of like Colin Baker and all that stuff before they came out.
Yeah.
So I would think, and maybe I'm wrong, like if you are in the UK, it'd be like if you're an actor or filmmaker that you want to be on, like you want to be on Doctor Who, like Doctor Who is something you want on your resume, almost like if you're in America, you want to be a zombie, especially, like you have to be like, because of George Romero, zombies are very American, while Doctor Who is very British.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, so like if I went over to the UK, I would try to find any way to be on a Doctor Who episode. Yeah, even if it's just somebody in the background. I mean, I would love to be, just to be part of that, because it's such a great show.
I remember they bought some trading cards out, these Battles in Time cards, and someone texted me and goes, "John, you're a trading card." And I'm like, no way. I never knew it was a lifelong ambition until it actually happened. Yeah, lifelong ambition. But it's only the Shakespeare guy. I don't know if you saw the Shakespeare code, but they say, "And now love labour's won." And you see this trumpet player, and that was me. And so I've got a little trading card as a trumpet player. And I remember on the day, the producer came up to me and goes, "John, just play anything on the trumpet." And I'm like, "No, I can't actually play the trumpet. They sent you a trumpet player who can't play a trumpet." So I had to start, stand there. But
just faking it along, hoping that a real trumpet player doesn't go, no, and then writes that up on, Wikipedia or something like that.
It's going to be the weakest battle card ever, though. Of all the battle cards you could get, I get like Shakespearean trumpet player or something.
Yeah, instead of like guy with gun or guy saving doctor or something, it's guy with trumpet.
Yeah, 1500s guy with trumpet.
That's funny. Do you have the card?
Do I? I've got about 20. Every time I go to anything, every time there's something Doctor Who, I'll go there and I'll look at their trading cards. I go, "Oh, that's mine. How much is that? 20p. Thank you." So I have like a whole collection of them.
So do you go to the conventions and you have the thing up behind you, the banner, and it says
no. If I go as a just to go as a attendee.
Has anybody recognized you from the show or from anything else? Like, hey, that's the guy who directed this.
Funnily enough, the first time I was ever recognized was from a commercial, and this is how really unprofessional I am, John. It was a commercial for a British holiday place called doesn't matter, for a British holiday place, and this woman comes up to me. She says, "Oh, excuse me, are you?" I was in Manchester. She says, "Excuse me, are you the man in the oh God, what's it called? It's not Butlins, it's the other one, but it doesn't matter." But she goes, "Are you the man in the advert?" And instead of going, "Oh yeah, that's me," thanks, I went, "Oh, it's on TV, is it? What way did you see it? What channel was it on? What day did you watch it?" And I just kind of went with these questions and attacked this poor woman who didn't know me from Adam, and I just attacked her with all these questions because I still hadn't seen it. So anyway, that's probably the only time I've ever really been recognised. I've been honest.
Well, you should be recognized. You should be recognized more.
Once people know you, it's weird how many people, I still get people text me and go, "Oh, I've just," they'll send me a picture of myself in Sherlock or something, and as if I've not seen it before. So you're going to watch the first season now and go, "Oh, hang on, there's Walker." So yeah, so people send you pictures of yourself, but only when they know you more than anything. Does that make any sense? Once they know your face, they go, "Oh, it's John." I mean, we've got a new actress at work where I work, and weirdly enough, every now and again we sneak in at work into our own episodes, and weirdly enough, her mum said to me, "There's John for work." And there I am sitting in the background of a scene. Every now and again we do sneak in at work.
Well, that's cool. Sherlock too. I mean, that's a good show also.
You like Sherlock? So when we did Sherlock, I did the first season, and did some in Cardiff and some in London, and the stuff in London outside 221B Baker Street. When we shot it, nobody was there. Nothing. It was just a small film crew. I think I'm in every episode. I think I walk past the house when they come out every single time. You know, I'm there somewhere on that first season.
That's funny.
They shot all those exteriors on the same day. But I've seen pictures since then when it became so famous, and there would be thousands of people lining the street. So, but yeah, you Sherlock. There's one where he breaks into the tele. It's not a telephone exchange. It's where they buy and sell shares, and I'm just kind of standing there on the phone, and that's the one most people send me a picture of. Oh, it's you, Sherlock.
That's funny. Well, and so I want to tell people, so the way that we met is actually through Dustin Ferguson, is that you were doing the Peter Summers, the news reporter stuff for Dustin. And he asked me to do Meat Hook Massacre 4. And I thought, well, I wonder, you know, if I could get John to do something in that, since the Meat Hook Massacre 4 is part of Dustin's series. It would make sense to have you as the news reporter in it. And so I contacted you, and you said yes, and which I'm always thankful for. And then it went beyond that, which was, hey, you know, I wonder if he could be the news reporter in Skull Evil, who's kind of our, I don't know, what do you want to call it? You're the person who gives the audience all their information. I think that
almost like a narrator for the television, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's you're the guy who saved me from doing special effects. You know, I could just take an actor, say cut, remove them, put in a skeleton, and because you've already given the information that the green mist takes away their flesh, it's okay, I don't have to show it. So it could literally be just the actor, which is what we did, would just look this way. I'd yell, cut, hold it right there, move the actor, put the skeleton, and then they look back and like, oh my God, they're a skeleton. And that's thanks to you. And then you become a skeleton.
Yeah, you killed me. I think that's
yes.
my first on-screen death. Why would you do that?
I don't, because I'm mean.
Okay.
Because the skeleton looked good on camera, looked good on the big screen. So, and then now, of course, I was in one of your films, still waiting for that to come out. And
dude, we'll talk about it. Put it on the list of things to talk about.
Yeah, because it's I had fun shooting it, and had a little small crew, and a friend of mine, Mindy, was in it too, and so we've just kept in contact, and we're big Amityville horror fans.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say that.
Yes, so I'm going to start with, okay, so you're not just an actor, you're also a filmmaker, and your newest film, I believe, would be Ouija Geist.
Ouija Geist. Why they put that line under the O where it looks like it says Ouija Geist? It's a really random line, isn't it? It looks like a Q.
It does look like a Q. Yeah, that's weird. Well, because they kind of do little symbols every now, but it does look like a Q.
It certainly does. Ouija Geist. So yeah, Ouija Geist. Now I say the word Ouija, and I think I got that from one of the Ouija films, where they explain to you that Ouija is named after the French and German version for yes. And I liked that. I thought that's such a great you know, I was so impressed by that I think I shoved that in a completely different film, in the Amityville film. I just kind of mentioned that the fact that it's a Ouija, because it's French for yes, a oui, and German for yes, ja, and German for ghost, Geist. So it kind of translates as yes, yes, ghost.
Well, you know, we Americans pronounce everything wrong. So, okay. You know, and we misspell everything too. So that's why when people say, don't you speak English? I go, no, I speak American. You know, because we are destroying the English language. So yeah, that's why we got the tomato is because like nobody can pronounce stuff correctly. You know, we have a few different ways of doing it. So yeah, I mean, the way that you're pronouncing Ouija is most likely the correct way, and we're mispronouncing
No one
it.
else says it but me. So if I keep saying it, at some point it'll be right. And if I say it with enough conviction, people will believe me.
And this is released through Wild Eye Releasing.
Yes.
So this is very easy to pick up, and you're the director of it, one of the producers. The film is not rated. Ooh, not rated. But it's a good 77 minutes. I like that. I like that. I don't think any movie should be any longer than like really 75 minutes. So you're right on that cusp. If we get into 80, 90 minutes, then it's like, oh God, here we go, padding the movie. But it's I enjoyed it, and I recommend people picking it up. I bought it the first day it came out. I got it from Walmart, and people can pretty much find it anywhere. So is it on Tubi or Netflix or anything?
I have no idea.
I think it might be on Tubi, I think, because a lot of Wild Eye stuff is on Tubi, so people can watch it for free or they can buy it. But now oh, go on.
No, I just wish it got a UK DVD release. That was the one thing I really wanted. I mean, Wild Eye, I only gave it to Wild Eye for the USA. I had a different distributor for the rest of the world, and they've just done nothing with it. They've just they've released it on YouTube in Asia, where, you know, you don't make any money. So it's never really had I'd love for it to have had a UK DVD release, because I like Ouija Geist. And I guess we have kind of talked about them backwards, because I learned a lot of mistakes on Amityville.
Well, and that's next. So we got the Amityville Theater.
Yeah.
Now this is the American version, and as you can see, it slipped out. I'm very happy that I found this with its slip case. Yeah, always love that. In America, it's the Amityville Theater, but over on your side, it's, and I'll show it, the Amityville Playhouse. And I bought this because I'm a huge Amityville fan. I mean, you could take any movie and rename it Amityville and I'll buy it because I'm an idiot. But this is actually one of my favorite Amityville films.
Oh, and you don't mean that, John.
I do mean that. And that's before I met you. I didn't know who you were. I had no idea. I just, oh, look, there's a new Amityville film. Probably bought it at Walmart, because who released this? This is, I don't know, 4, I can't really tell. I can't tell.
In the UK, it was 4 Digital Media, and then they buy, I don't know, they give it to someone else to sell in the States. I'm not really sure.
It's hard to tell. It's 4 something. It's hard to tell on this, but 4 Digital Media.
It is 4 Digital Media, is it? Okay.
Yeah, and it's also not rated. But it's, yeah, I really liked it, and I love the idea of the theater, and it's, you know, it's, I thought it was good, but I went, is this British? This must be a British movie, because it doesn't, there's something about it that's not American. So maybe this is, and of course I was right. So was this shot in the UK or was this shot in the States?
Canada. We shot it in Canada.
Oh, so I'm wrong on both counts.
There's a small segment. There's a London pub scene that we did in London, and the library interior is UK, and the mayor's office is UK, but as a whole, it's a Canadian film. We spent a few weeks in Canada shooting it.
Okay, and in the movie where the theater is, there is a poster for a rock band that was in another Amityville film. And what is that rock band? That
would be Skull Crusher from Amityville, 1992.
So why Skull Crusher? Why not just make up a whole new band?
No, because the one thing I wanted to do, and the one thing that people don't think I've done. I mean, we can talk negative. The film, you said just now about films being 75 minutes is good. That's 100 minutes long. It's too long. Okay.
According to this, 105 minutes. Yeah.
And because the American have 1 less frame per second, and it makes it even longer still, doesn't it? But the British stuff, I was so pleased with the actors I got for the British scenes in it. They didn't need to be in the film, but I just kept extending it. They always say, don't make your first film, don't make your passion project your first film, and that was probably my biggest mistake. And I did make my passion project.
Oh, really? Okay.
And you know, I learned a lot from it when I went on to the next film. But there was so much love in there, and one of the things was I broke down all the other Amityville films before mine. So there were 12 before mine, but at the time only 11 were released. And I broke them all down. And in fact, well, you know, let me just mention this book.
Well, yeah, because this is all of, one day I got home from work and there was a package sitting outside my front door. And I'm like, what is this? I didn't order anything. What is this package? And it was your book, The Making of Amityville Theater.
Cool.
And it's a decent size. And I'm like, oh, this is freaking awesome. I didn't even, and I remember something on Facebook about you mentioning like a book or something, but I didn't realize that you wrote it. I thought you were just talking about a book, and it was just, and so when I got it, I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. And I mean, look, there you are. That's proof that you wrote it. That's you right there.
With the same bloody jacket on. How embarrassing is that?
I mean, and it's a real book too. It has an ISBN
so it
number.
Must be real if it's got one of them.
Yes. So and it's I mean it's, look at this.
And it's cheap as chips on Amazon. And it's about $6. And there's no profit in it. I've done it to break even because I'm really not interested in profit. I just wanted to make it. But what I did was inside there, you can see I broke down all the films before I did mine. I broke all the other ones down, and I tried to get something from all of them in mine. So whether it was a phone number from Amityville 2 was on the front of the theatre itself. You've got that band on the front from Amityville 1992, but if you look down the bottom of the poster, it says at Dory's Bar and Grill, which I believe is the bar from Amityville Curse. There's something of all of them in there. There is something from all of them, you know, hidden away. The books, when you go to the library, if you pause on all the books that were all handmade, they're like written by by characters from the other book, from the other films, and things like this. So there is a bit of all of the films in Amityville, in Amityville Playhouse.
And speaking of Amityville Playhouse, you sent me this, and I was so happy about this because I knew it had a different title. And you sent me the Amityville Playhouse version. So
Yay.
same cover, it just has the different name to it. And so I was so happy to have both of these. It just has like your guys' rating system and stuff on the front and the back and everything on it. And
I didn't choose the other name, theatre. To me it was always Playhouse, and I don't know why. It was just a name I liked.
We don't. Oh my. A whole bunch of stuff okay. I opened this a long time when you first sent it to me, but I didn't realize there's okay.
What's in there?
So these are
those cards from the front of the building. I made like 1,000 of them, and they were in the film. They're all on the door in the theatre. And I even wrote on them that they're props from the film, even though they were actually props from the film that say props from the film on them.
Yeah, this is I forgot these were in here. So so thank you. This is awesome. I kept them in here because I knew that one of these days will be a collector's item. So I wanted to to make sure. So well, Playhouse isn't really a thing out here. I mean, you go see plays at the Playhouse. So you could say yeah, so it would be
called American Playhouse.
Yeah, you would. So it'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go see Hamlet at the Stevens Playhouse, but you go see Top Gun Maverick at the theater.
Okay.
So that would be, so people might think over here that Playhouse is a place where there's plays, not movies.
I guess that's the way I thought of it, to be honest. But when they renamed it, I was quite excited because it was like they'd spelled it the American way, theatre with an ER instead of an RE, or we spell it. And that kind of excited me because I thought, oh, wow, you know, I've got a film out in America with an American spelt title.
Yeah. So why is the book theater and not Playhouse?
Because the film is now theatre.
Oh, officially.
And that's Wild Eye's cover. Wild Eye very kindly. So Wild Eye have re-released it. It's we did a slight re-edit. Now I could have cut so much out of it. I could have cut loads, but I don't know why I didn't, but I've changed special. There's certain sounds that have changed, certain musical notes that have changed. But most importantly, what I've done is, I'm trying to think if I reordered the beginning or not. I know it was in my mind to do it, and I don't know if I did or not. But what I did do is put dates and places at the bottom, almost like because I didn't do a great job as a filmmaker in explaining the story. I've put dates and places on the front. So at the beginning it says Dannemora, 200 miles from the Canadian border or something like that, which A, explains the Canadian accents, and B, let's just mention Dannemora. The reason it starts in Dannemora is because in Amityville, A New Generation, the Pharaoh character is locked away in a mental hospital in Dannemora. Hence why I got that from. And so if you watch, when you see the chicken, when the camera comes down to the chicken house, the food place, there's a car outside saying Dannemora Mental Institute. And there's a woman in the chicken restaurant with a t-shirt because she's wanted security for the, and so that's from Amityville Next Generation. So that's that little kind of Easter egg. But I've done it again. This is why I don't do interviews, because I go off on a tangent and forget what I'm talking about.
That's perfectly fine. It's information that I don't know about, so it's fine by me, and the audience is probably interested too, because it's. I mean, why do you think Amityville is such a huge franchise? I guess, even though a lot of them are not official, do you think just people want to tack on an Amityville name to get the film
it's
out
all
there?
about money now.
Oh, okay.
So, you asked why that cover. Yeah, so I've done this new version of Amityville, which is coming out on DVD on the 13th of December in America. My probably last ever DVD release. So Wild Eye are releasing it on DVD.
So because there's differences in a new. With that, okay. So I'll have to buy. I'll have to have a third version of it then.
Yeah, of course you do. So yeah, it is slightly different, and there's some sound effects that are different, some music is different, and the odd bit, it is a little bit different. It's a re-edit. It's a bit more spoon-fed, I guess, because I didn't do a great job as a director.
I forget. I think you are. Are you in Ferguson's 2 Amityvilles?
I'm in 2 of them, yeah. So
well, actually, he's made 3 now. 3 Amityvilles, I guess.
I'm in the second 2, and then I did 2 other people's. I did Amityville Hex and Amityville Exorcisms ? It's not out yet.
Oh, that's right. But, yeah, you are in that. Let me here. I got it right here. Where is it? Oh no! Hold on. I got it right here. Hold on. I've never done this. I've never left that seat while during an interview, but I feel it's important because we're talking about it. There you go, Amityville Hat.
You've got it. I haven't got it.
And yeah, there's your name. There's your name right there.
Is it on the? Oh yeah, that's my name on the cover.
And sorry if anybody saw me in my boxer briefs, but that's life, At least they're boxer briefs and I'm not naked.
It was supposed to be released by Vipco in the UK, and I pre-ordered it like a year and a half ago. It's now had an American release, and there's still no sign of the Vipco release that I'm waiting for. So I have pre-ordered it. Just don't know if and when it's ever going to turn up.
Do you play your Peter Summers character in this, or is this like a whole new thing? Okay.
I do.
I haven't watched it yet, so I haven't had a chance.
I think I've got a feeling that one was where they gave me some hex I have to read, and it's like, oh, there's a new thing going around now. It's a new hex. This is what it says, and I think I have to read the hex. That's a nice cover, though, isn't it? Yeah, that looks good. It's very kind of Geiger looking, or Giger, depending on, I guess, how you want to pronounce it. But you're in a film with it's produced, written, directed by Tony Newton, so we'll give him a shout out. And you're in a film with George Stober. That's pretty cool. Okay, so who's George Stober? He is a B-movie actor that started kind of like 70s, 80s. So he was in stuff like
Night Beast, and he's in all these movies that came out, and he's just kind of, he's one of those guys where you're just like, oh, if I'm going to make this movie, let me see if I could get him in it.
Okay.
Because he's kind of like a classic, like horror guy or sci-fi guy. And so I always like seeing his name on here because he's, like when I wrote 2 screenplays for David Sterling, 2 Amityville scripts, and I always wanted him to play the dad that's in it, like the religious dad that's in it. And that was always my thoughts, if we could ever get the scripts made. So, but yeah. So you're in this, and there's a fair amount.
Yeah, I would like to see that. I would like to see it at some point. I buy every Amityville film going there is, and I can't believe I haven't got that one yet because I'm still waiting for it to turn up.
I just ordered one that doesn't come out till December called Ghost of Amityville.
I've pre-ordered a few, and I've paid for one. There's so many now that I get confused. I think the only ones I haven't pre-ordered are the turkey one.
Oh, Amityville Thanksgiving. That's Will Colossal.
And the one with Mike Ferguson, is it Amityville Rising?
Amityville Rising. Yeah, that's
so expensive to get that imported here. It's stupid. I've just got Amityville Karen. I've just got Amityville in Space. I've just got Amityville in the Hood.
Some of those I haven't purchased. They're just too expensive. So they're I have to wait for a used copy or a like if they have a sale, because I can't. I'm not going to buy Amityville Karen for $20. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. I'll buy it for $10.
You're lucky, because I had to buy it for $20 and postage to the UK.
Yeah, that stuff's expensive. Well, I've told you, just let me know, and I could pick it up cheap here and just mail it to you. So
Careful what you say.
That is what I say. And
I nearly asked you to get me Transfers 4 and 5 because they're on Blu-ray, American only, and the postage was ridiculous. But now, for some reason, Amazon in the UK has them on pre-order, so I've ordered them for £20 each, free postage. I'm like, great. So, but I nearly came to you for those. I like the Transfers films.
Oh, the transfer stuff.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. So those are good movies. Yeah. So now we could talk about the real reason, the true reason of why we're doing this interview. And you showed me earlier this giant monolith of Dollar Tree movies. And I had said to you before we started filming, I said, it's kind of like, like the, what is it? The Connecticut and King Arthur's Court in a way, but it's reversed. It's a Brit in California Dollar Tree court. And so explain to me this whole trip and
okay.
So what?
Right. Yes. Okay. Well, first off, you, and here's my shout out, Dustin Hubbard. Have I said his name right? You both go on the internet going, oh, we bought these from Dollar Tree. And I'm like, I remember you getting, I don't know what it was called. There's a couple of films like, oh my gosh, that was so difficult for me to get hold of. And you've picked it up in Dollar Tree and stuff like this. And you both used to talk about it. And then you started doing your YouTube videos for Dollar Tree finds. And I'm like, this isn't fair. So, it was my big birthday this year. Happy birthday. Thanks. So I've been saving and thanks to the lockdown as well, it meant I didn't get to go anywhere else. My trip was to with the family to New York, San Francisco, Yosemite, and then to LA, just to go Disneyland really, and then a trip down into LA. But I looked when I was in New York. I thought, right, Dollar Tree, I've got to go. And I looked it up, and because obviously being a tourist, you're just going to touristy places, right? And there was nothing South Manhattan, nothing at all, and they were like way up north. It's like, oh, they're so far out. I'm never going to get to go to one. So from New York, we then went to San Francisco, and on this, I looked on the map again. I thought, oh, again, they're so far away from. I'm up in I'm up by the bay, and the nearest ones went miles down south of the city. And I'm like, oh, I'm never going to get to see one of them. And then randomly, we get on a bus, and I think I'm a proper tourist. I use buses. I'm pretty good. We get on the bus because I wanted to go to the city hall where they did Dirty Harry and Raiders of the Lost Ark and the like. So I thought, right, I want to go and visit that. So I found the right bus, got my wife and child, got on the bus. I'm on this bus for a while, and I'm thinking, well, it wasn't supposed to be this many stops. And then it stops at the Golden Gate Bridge, and I'm like, oh, blighters, this is the wrong way. But by now it's a bit late. So I thought, if I say nothing, I'm sure your buses are like ours. They go in a big circle and you end up where you want to be, all back in the beginning. So we stayed on the bus, and it went for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. And then we got to the end of the bus route. And they go, last stop. And I'm going, oh, what do you mean last stop? Where are we? And he goes, oh, where do you want to be? I said, well, I just want to be back at the bay, really. And he goes, oh, you're way out of the way. He goes, look, go down there, get this bus, speak to him, he'll show you where to go. So I'm like, oh, okay. So we go and get this other bus. Luckily, your bus drivers are not like British bus drivers. Ours wouldn't speak to you. Yours are much more polite. So we go on this bus, and we get on it. And after the first stop, I'm going, oh, Dollar Tree, there's a Dollar Tree. And I'm like, but I can't get off this bus because I'm so lost in San Francisco. I have no idea. And because I've got a British phone, British internet, my internet doesn't work outside of, like where you've got free Wi-Fi in McDonald's or coffee houses. So I just had no Wi-Fi anywhere. And I'm too cheap to kind of pay the ridiculous amount of prices they want me to pay to use it abroad. Anyway, so this bus gets us to the mayor's office, and we get another bus, we get home. So the next day, I thought, right, getting lost. I know now how to get there if I get lost. So I needed to get lost on purpose. So I dropped the family off at Golden Gate. I said, right, you get this bus back to the hotel when you finish here. And I'm going to see if I can do exactly the same trip we did yesterday. So I did. And I went on this trip, and then I caught this other bus. And so the bus did one stop, and I get off, and I'm like, gosh, it's bloody Dollar Tree. And it's just this, it's this tacky little shop. But I'm so excited. I have traveled 5,000 miles and the rest to be here. And I'm so excited. I'm going
at a Dollar Tree.
It's Dollar Tree.
when it's funny is you're taking this bus, and it sounds like twice, over the Golden Gate Bridge, one of the greatest bridges in the world. I was born in LA, but I was raised in Northern California in the Bay Area. And that bridge to me is so important. And the Bay Area and San Francisco. And thank you, by the way, for calling it the Bay. Thank you for calling it San Francisco and not Frisco, which I hate. You can always tell a tourist, you can always tell somebody who is not from the Bay Area if they call it Frisco. It drives me nuts. But you got to see the Golden Gate Bridge. So you got to see stuff like where Star Trek 4 was shot, Planet of the Apes, Terminator, all this stuff. You mentioned Dirty Harry. They shot there. I mean, it's that bridge was destroyed by many octopuses and giant monsters and stuff. And you got to visit it, and you drove on that bridge twice. It's also has been known as a suicide bridge too.
Yeah. But they've put the fences up. Yeah. I only dared walk up to where the fences finished. After that, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to walk anymore. It's a bit scary. So Golden Gate Bridge, but I'm talking Dollar Tree.
Forget the dumb bridge.
Everybody's got bridges, Tree. But not everybody's got Dollar Trees.
Well, I think at first when you got to San Francisco, you messaged me and you're like, I can't find a Dollar Tree. And I'm like, well, it is San Francisco. I mean, they're going to be a little more, fancy, Dollar Tree is a little more under them. It's lucky that there's even a Walmart up there. So, but yes, please continue. You found your Dollar Tree.
So I found my first one. I went in, and then I finally found the DVDs. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Take these, go and pay for them. Go and speak to the lady at the till. She goes, do you want a bag? I'm like, a Dollar Tree bag? Oh, yes. Not even a question.
There it is.
So get my bag. And I said, oh, and then I come out with, how stupid, I'm begging to be kind of mugged by the locals or something, I'm with a stupid accent, and I'm like, oh, I've been looking for Dollar Trees for a long time. Are there any more around here? She says, oh, if you walk about a mile down the road, there's another one. it wasn't a mile. I walked 1.7 miles to McDonald's, got the internet, found it was another mile and a bit. Blimey. So I walked all the way down there because it was quite a long way. And then found the other Dollar Tree and another one. So, and by then I've got these 2 big bags of DVD. Found a bus back to the Bay and it was all good. So that was fine. So that was San Francisco's Dollar Tree finds, which are, Dollar Tree experiences, which were really, really, really exciting. I was so excited.
Yeah, see, for me, you're picking up stuff that I got months ago. So for me, Dollar Tree is just dry. Like which is why a lot of these YouTubers and myself and probably even, like Dustin Hubbard and all that stuff, we're not posting videos because there's nothing new. But for you, this is like, oh my God, this is the holy grail.
You have so many great releases over there. The UK, and especially now, the UK DVD market is dead. It's completely died. You'll get 4Ks coming out every now and again. You'll get the Hollywood, you'll get your Marvel cinema release a month after it's been on Disney Plus. So it's not going to sell anyway. It's the end of the market. The market is dead. Indie films are dead. They just do not get released over here anymore. So to come to the States and see so many indie films I've never heard of, which as a whole is most of them, and just to see all these films that people have spent the time and effort making that I wouldn't have seen if I'd not been over there, and just found them. I'm like, oh my gosh, I will take them. So someone said to me once, John, how do you play American DVDs in the UK? I'm like, well, I just bought an American Blu-ray player like 10 years ago when I was over there. And I just plug it in. There's no need to chip it. There's no fancy numbers to put in. Just buy an American player. Then they're guaranteed to play them.
Yeah. That's as easy as it is. I mean, I do have a couple Blu-rays that are Canada, and they won't play in my player.
Oh,
I kept
really?
them. Yeah, realizing that I'd probably just get like a universal player at some point. I have them. They play fine on other things, but I forgot when I was buying them that, oh crap, it's a different region. Stupid region stuff. But yeah, you're smart. American Blu-ray players are really easy to get a hold of. I mean, you could just order them online or just walk into a thrift store and they're right there. I mean, for like $5 or whatever.
It was when we were shooting Amityville. Because I had a Canadian address to send all my props to, I went onto Amazon.com, ordered a cheap one from there, got it sent there, so it was waiting for me when I turned up.
There you go, easy. So now you're in San Francisco. Now you said you didn't find any in New York?
No, well, they were too far away. But
okay.
Then we went to Anaheim.
Okay, so now Southern California?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we went down to Anaheim because we were doing Disneyland, which was supposed to be for my daughter. But when I met Star Wars World, it certainly wasn't there for my daughter at all. It was more me. But a different story. So we went to Anaheim. And on my first day there, it's, when you land somewhere and you just get your hotel and you're just going to find your bearings. So the first thing I did was, is there a Dollar Tree near me? Well, there's 1.5 miles that way, 1.5 miles that way. And I'm like, okay, 1.5 miles isn't that far to walk, is it? So, man, I'm walking. I'm in the heat thinking, what am I doing? Sure enough, though, find my first Dollar Tree. Very excited. I think by now I've contacted you saying, look, your Dollar Tree videos, let's do one. So I think I might have started videoing that. No, I don't know if I did or not. But then on the way to Disneyland, on the bus, I saw one. So on the way home, I stopped, went into another one. And then on the last day, now I'm starting to use the buses in Anaheim. I thought, I'll just pop into Target. I just wanted to see if they had a new Sniper film, actually. And I went to Target, not realizing there was another Dollar Tree right behind it. I'm like, wow, I've got 3 Dollar Trees in Anaheim. So just going in there, yes.
Mine.
Exactly. And I just love it. Because it's over here now. I say the DVD market is dead. There's only one shop that really sells new DVDs. That's a shop called HMV. And HMV sells them at a ridiculously high price. But for some reason, charity shops here are I didn't see any charity shops in the US. I don't know if is it a thing over there, charity shops?
Yeah, but they're not, no, like you wouldn't call them like if you went up to somebody and said, is there a charity shop? I don't think they know what you're talking about.
Okay.
If you said thrift store, they'd be like, oh yeah, there's a Goodwill down there. There's a Salvation Army down there.
Okay.
There's a like a Ma and Pa one over here. So, and then there's pawn shops are big.
Okay.
And that's where you could also find a bunch of videos or
Well,
DVDs, Blu-rays and stuff.
the charity shops or thrift shops here, there's loads of charity shops. There are loads. There really are. And nowadays, you're going in and they're 10p. I mean, they're 10p each. It's ridiculous. Sometimes I buy them just because I think, oh, it's the Star Wars trilogy for 10p. Oh, it's Solo unopened, 10p. I said, no, I buy them. I just give them to people at work because I'm like, I get the thrill of actually buying them. And at that price, you can't not buy them. But they're so cheap now. The DVD market is just, they can't give them away. You know, 20 for £1 and stuff like that. And you go through, yeah, I've got, like you with your Dollar Tree. That's what I'm like with most of these charity shops. But every now and again, you'll go, oh my God, I've just found that for £1, bargain. But now I'm going to pick up another 9 because it's 10 for £1. And you buy another 9 that you don't want.
Yeah, because it's stuff is just too pricey right now. And like our wages aren't going up. You know, they're not giving us raises, but prices of everything are going up. So when I get asked to do crowdfunding for people, it's like, I'm sorry, I can't, you know, it's, so I have to wait. And a lot of people do this is we wait for sales. You know, you do Dollar Tree because it used to be $1, now it's $1.25, but you can get $1.25 movies. You get 10 of them, you know, for like $13 or something. You do these sales that like Wild Eye has and some of these other companies, and Scream Factory. I just bought a bunch of stuff from them. Their films are like $10 or less. So I'm not going to go out and buy a movie for $20 anymore. One movie for $20 when I could spend that $20 on like 8 movies. It doesn't make sense.
I know what you're saying. But yeah. Because I've just ordered, say, Transfers 4 and Transfers 5. If they're specialists, it's different. I don't mind what I spend then. You know, when they're specialists, I don't mind spending whatever they cost. I mean, the Star Trek motion picture 4K came out the other day, and I'm like £25, which I guess is about $30 or so. But I wouldn't normally spend that. But I'm like, where else am I going to get the director's cut of the motion picture on 4K? So every now and again, I will spend. Otherwise,
Yeah.
like you, I like me cheap.
Yeah, even like the Criterion stuff, I can't do unless they have like a 50% off sale, which they normally do once or twice a year. But it gets pricey. So I can't, you know, that's why, you know, something like this, I think I only spent, this might have been $10. That's it. And I got it from, I think, Amazon or deepdiscount.com is the one that I use a lot. And it was $10.
I'm Wow HD, but Wow HD used to be a lot cheaper, and now they've added like a 20% tax on, and they're much more expensive than what they used to be. And of course, at the moment, the pound versus the dollar, the pound's getting weaker and weaker, and it's just getting worse and worse.
Oh, wow. But I mean, I am willing to pay, let's say if it's a friend of mine and they bring out a movie, I'll spend $20 on it.
I know you do. You've looked after me so many times, and you know it. You really look after me. Hence why you're one of the few people I'd do anything for. Anything you
Oh,
need,
thank you. That's so sweet.
You know that, John.
Well,
and even before I met you, I was impressed with your stuff because you did a short in that Tales from the Grave for like volume 1. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and I thought it was the best one.
That's very kind.
Yeah.
Very kind.
Yeah, so I was a fan before I was a friend.
Oh,
and yeah, and if you asked me to do something, I would have no problem doing it at all.
That other film you mentioned, my B movie, I just need to shoot the ending. I really do. And now I've just met a girl, and she's like up for it. And it's like, oh great, we just want to do this ending. But now work has just been relentless. And then I'm not complaining. I love my job with a passion, but they just offer me so much work, and I just don't get the time off I'd like. I took a month off to go on holiday to the US, and there was a couple of weeks in there spare, but they just got used. And this girl's now gone to London to do acting at some acting school. I'm like, I just want to finish this film. I can do it in 2 days. I just need a bunch of zombies and a couple of people. As you do.
Well,
it will get finished.
Well, I remember like going on and shooting my scene with Mindy, and then we had Miranda, my effects artist, was there too. She was working with the camera and stuff. And she, you know, it was just a small little crew, and we were having a lot of fun doing it. And then you asked me, you said, hey, can you just go get some shots of Vegas, you know, to prove that this was shot in Vegas? And I sent you back probably like 30 minutes worth of footage.
Yeah, you did.
And I felt bad because you're like, you never said hi in the video. And I'm like, oh crap. I was thinking more, if I say hi, I'm ruining the shot. But you know, and I didn't even think about that. When your stuff that you've sent me, you always say, hello, John Ward, you know, and I'm just like, oh, I'm thinking more filmmaker wise, you know, because like, well, I don't want to ruin something that's good by saying hi. But if I'm shooting 1 minute of something and I say hi, I don't think it's going to ruin it. So sorry.
John, you made me laugh because you're in the car and there's a Las Vegas sign, and you give the guy the camera and you go, oh, can you just film the Hollywood sign and the Vegas sign for me?
Yeah, that was a busy day by that sign. So but it was easy. It was pretty easy to get, and just driving up and down the strip, and sent you way more than what you wanted. But then I figured, well, I mean, if you ever want Vegas stuff, you got it. And so
I'll be over in August.
So nice.
August. Come in this August, John.
This August?
Well, is that this August? As in next August? What is it now? October? As in 8 months' time, 9 months' time?
Oh, it will be done?
I'll be over. No, I'll be over to Vegas next August.
Oh, good. Next August. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Let me know of a date, and I'll put it in my calendar to make sure.
As soon as I booked it, I certainly will.
Yeah, I'll see about taking like a day off or two or something like that, so we can like go tour and go to like Tom Devlin's Monster Museum and do all that type of stuff. So, you know. Oh, and my friend Joe Lujan, who I post a lot about, he actually just bought this. I told him that we were doing this video today, and I said, oh yeah, he did Ouija Geist. He goes, oh, I just got that. So
that's really nice.
Yeah. So it's getting out there. So, but now back to Dollar Tree, back to the serious stuff. Yeah. So what happened? So is there any more about Anaheim? Anything happened there?
Well, anything. This is really subtle, isn't it? So me and my 7-year-old daughter and my wife, we go to Dollar Tree, and then we pop. It's like 7 o'clock. We pop to McDonald's, and they said, oh, you know, can we have a meal? And they said, oh, you have to take away. We're closing in a moment. I said, oh, okay. And there was us three, and there was 2 other guys, some young guys waiting. And then suddenly they started shouting, oh, she's coming back. She's coming back. And they start locking the doors. And this woman comes to the window. Let me in. Proper scary shouting. I've got my little girl down here. Yeah. Anyway, it seems this woman wanted some money back, but it also seems she'd come with a man with a gun. And
welcome to LA.
So they said, he says he's got a gun. Call the police. Call the police. So they call the police, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm still waiting for my burger to be made, and thinking, okay, well, they've locked the doors, and I'm sure we'll be fine. And I'm looking around, thinking, okay, yeah, I'm sure this is fine. And I'm not videoing any of this because, funnily enough, that doesn't come to your mind when this is happening. And then
more shock.
And then they go, he obviously gets it out, and they go, because they see it, and they go, oh God, he really has got a gun. And this girl starts crying, and oh, girl that works out, I'm gonna call my mom. And it's like, okay, at this point I'm thinking, okay, I'm a little bit scared now. So I'm looking around McDonald's, and I'm like, okay, there's a big bin over there. Okay, if he does get in, I'm gonna put my daughter in the bin. Do you know what I mean? I'm just thinking, what can I do just at this situation?
Oh yeah.
And then the police turn up at the back, and they get the girl, and that's when I get the video out, and I'm like, hi, John. I'm looking really panicky. Going, you know, bit of an issue here. But and what was weird is my little girl, you know, you protect her from anything that's going on. She doesn't know. She still doesn't know now that what about this man. But she goes, "Oh, we can eat in now." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." We can eat in. And then we walk off with my Dollar Tree finds. And of
Yeah.
course, it's like the discs are never going to make it home because, of course, as you said, when we went to go on the plane, when we went to leave, we left the hotel at 12, got to LAX at 1 o'clock. The flight was at 6:30, so we get on the flight and we sit there until 9 o'clock when they say, "Look, the flight is broken. We can't go anywhere." So 450 of us at 9 o'clock at night have to go and find the checkout person to get a new flight home. So we queue up, and I'm halfway in the queue with the family. And they're taking people from the back and they're taking people from the front. And I'm like, okay, never be in the middle of a queue like that. 1:30, we finally make it to reception.
Oh man.
And you know, I've been standing here all this time. My poor little girl was so tired. And I said, they said, okay, and what we've got a hotel for you tonight. I'm like, okay, your flight is at 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, why are you giving me a hotel for a flight that's in less than 4 hours time? You know what I mean? And she goes, you'll be
Yeah,
flying to
but by the
Charlotte.
time you get there, you're just gonna more or less have to come back.
Exactly. So she goes, you'll be flying to Charlotte. Then from Charlotte, you'll fly to Boston. Then from Boston, you'll come off American Airlines, you go into British Airways, and you'll fly to Heathrow, which meant getting home 24 hours late, which is a real bugger. So we did what they said. We went to Charlotte. Then from Charlotte, we flew to Boston. Then we nearly got on the wrong flight to Heathrow. But thankfully, our Heathrow flight was delayed by another 3 hours. So when we found our flight, I thought, oh, don't break again. Don't stop this flight. But weirdly enough, they called us to the desk and they said, oh, just checking your luggage is here, been passed on. I said, oh, yeah, thank you. She checked it, said it was fine. And then we get back to the UK finally. And we're waiting, you know, when the luggage goes past.
Okay, so hold on for 1 second before you get into the luggage in UK. So I want to ask, what is your family thinking that Dollar Tree is like your Disneyland? Like you could go to so many things in Southern California, and but yet everything is okay. You guys stay in the bus. You're going to get off here. There's the hotel. I'm going to take this bus and I'm going to go to that Dollar Tree. What are they thinking?
I'd already explained it. I mean, we've got a shop here called Poundland, and Poundland doesn't really do DVDs anymore, but it's a very similar shop. It's just for the junk. I'd already explained it prior to going there, and they all know my obsession with DVDs. And I've been with my wife 15 years now, so she kind of has given up on me. Stop buying this shit. So they kind of expect. Plus, my little girl got some fake Lego. She got some goggles. She was happy. So
and then yeah, so your wife says that if you go to one more Dollar Tree, you better be ready to sign that divorce paperwork.
When the pile got bigger and bigger, it was a point of, right, that's it, no more. And in fact, until now, if she ever sees this, she doesn't know about the fifth one. But I only bought a couple of them. So,
it does. It becomes an obsession. They're so cheap, and there's so many. I've purchased films with Dollar Tree that I would never get, just because they're new and they're cheap. So, and we're going to get to your stack in a moment here. My second question is then about the McDonald's. So how is your family during this whole thing? If they're saying he's got to...
Seeing the fear in my wife's eyes was heartbreaking. As soon as that woman says she's got a gun, I looked at my wife and I saw her eyes and I'm like, okay. And what was weird as well, you never know what you're going to be like in that situation. And I always thought I would be like, oh, protect my wife, protect my wife. But I actually expected my wife, the same as me, just to protect our daughter. And that was the priority at that point. Not me or my wife, just my daughter. Protect her not only in case this man comes in, but from the fear in this room right now. The panic and the worry. Do you know? It was really weird. It was such a weird feeling. And just even at that point going, oh, so this is what I'm like in this situation. But I was really pleased with myself that I kept a level head. I'm like, okay, so if he gets in with the gun, I put her in there, but I probably wouldn't have been so level-headed if I hadn't known the police had been called 5 minutes earlier. I think if at that point they only called the police then, it might have been different. But yeah, my daughter was quite excited. She doesn't know about the gun, but she's going, oh, look, there's 7 police cars, and she loves cars. So she was pleased to see all the police cars. And you've got really cool police cars there. You've got these big Dodges and
yeah, they're all different types of cars these days. They used to only be one type of car, then they changed them, I guess, to kind of hide that they're police on the freeways and things like that.
Oh, okay, well, no, these are proper like police with the big metal fronts and the big Dodge cars with big front. Oh, yeah, they're very cool.
I mean, that's a problem with America these days, is there's too many guns, and the way that you get what you want, even if it's just change or your coffee isn't hot enough or whatever it is you wave a gun around and you threaten to kill people, and that and it's an epidemic out here. I'm against guns. I'm not for the Second Amendment, but it's a problem, and it's, you know, out of all the places for you to be in too on your vacation is a McDonald's. Since back in the 80s, you know, there was a horrible massacre that happened.
Okay, no, I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah, it's just a white guy decided to pick a McDonald's in a black neighborhood and basically went in and murdered everybody, including children, babies, pregnant women. Okay. And there's a whole documentary on it on I think it's Tubi, and where they show the actual police footage. But I remember when it happened, because I'm 55, so it was a horrible thing. But it's so I'm glad, very glad that everything was taken care of, you know, with you and your family, that everything turned out okay.
Yeah, it just does make me appreciate, you know, it is boring in England and it rains all the time or whatever, but it did make me appreciate, as I think I put the little video on the way out to you, you know, I'm going to go back to my boring McDonald's, where the worst that happens is they've got no sugar or something. But I guess we are lucky here because we don't really see it. We don't see, you know, we don't see guns. You know, it's only the police that really have guns here, but they never used to have guns until 9/11. That was that changed the face of the police force here. I remember going to work just after I worked in a place around the corner from Heathrow, a place called Hayes, you know, near Heathrow Airport. And I remember going to work the day after 9/11 and seeing policemen with guns on roundabouts. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never seen the police with guns before. And now in London, it's quite normal to see a policeman with a gun standing guard, which is really weird. It's weird, but it's not something you see generally, you know. And you know, you don't really hear of any gun crime here, not really.
No, not at all. Not like
we are lucky.
Yeah, we're like the Wild West out here, so you know, very lawless. So it's even the police are pretty bad. But now we're getting depressing. So let's get back to happy, which is Dollar Tree. And you want to start showing off what you got?
So end of other story. Get to Heathrow.
Oh, okay.
No luggage.
So yes. So you're in the UK. You landed, and
well, I bought quite a lot of DVDs, and I thought this is going to be a problem. I can't even fit them in my case. So many of them, I took the inlays out, took the disc out, and then threw the plastic case away. Thought I can replace that when I get home, because your DVD cases are the same size, but your Blu-ray cases aren't. And I spread them out over the 3 suitcases. And then, of course, we had no suitcases when we get back. And I was so excited about doing our video, but I didn't feel like the holiday was finished until we got our cases back. And it was just basics like your pants and your socks and your phone charger, and just
the airline lost your luggage.
They lost all of it. It never actually, but they didn't know where it was, and I knew where it was. It was in Boston. Of course, it's in Boston. But it went from AA to BA. Anyway, we went online. We asked at the hotel. You know, we did everything you're supposed to do. Lots of emails and lots of writing, and then a week later, we get one of the cases has been found. Yes. And we look, and it was our daughter's case. Oh, great. Glad you're happy. So hers came, and I got, you know, some of my DVDs rescued from there. And then 3 weeks after that, I thought by then, I thought, that's it. The cases are not coming. We will never see them again. And then randomly it said they found mine. And I phoned up and said, where was it? And they said, oh, we don't know that information. And then it never turned up. So I phoned up again and said, where was it? Oh, it's in Boston. I said, I knew they were in Boston. So I said, the third one must be in Boston as well. Anyway, the second my case turns up, and I unload it and then got me DVDs back. And then it's been a week later, my poor wife still hasn't got her case. She must be so gutted that I've got all my luggage back. My daughter has, and she hasn't got anything of hers back. And then she got home from work and it was just there. And what's weird, it still says missing online. It's so weird. Anyway, our case is here. So everything is here. And now I finally feel the holiday is finished. And now it's like,
well, it was like 2 weeks, wasn't it? Or long, as you were communicating with me. At first it was 4 weeks. Okay.
Just over 4 weeks until my wife got hers back.
Yeah, as you would text me or like message me and be like, you know, John, all of our luggage is gone. And then it was, hey, they found one. And then it was, okay, next week. Okay, well, they found two. And then the next week. And it was like, my God, why is this? What's going on here? And we still wanted to do the video. But then I got the Jiffy Lube issues because my car was not doing well. And then and it was like, let's just hold off. Let's just hope that you find all of them. And then we'll do the video. And it just happened to work out that your wife's suitcase came, and then we could do this video right after, you know, it came. So I'm so glad that they found, I mean, come on, people, really? It's on one plane. It just has to, you know.
It's got our names on it. That's what I don't get. I mean, my wife especially, it's got a name. It's got our names on the cases. And at the bottom of my case, it's got my home address.
I think it just goes to show how much they don't care, you know.
Unfortunately, I was pretty upset, and I wrote to LAX, and they were like, LAX were like, not our problem. I wrote to AA, and they said, oh, we see you've written a complaint, we've sent $50 off your next flight. You go, I don't want $50 off my next flight. I want you to take account that I've got a child, so the next time you've got to rebook my flight, you've got to look after her a little bit, it's, you know. And secondly, where is my luggage?
Right. Well, that's they think money talks. So everything is, oh, a credit here, a credit there, we'll refund you this or that. When all you want is your suitcase. You just want your luggage. That's it.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and it's, I mean, a lot of the times it's the same way with my job. Is there'll be a complaint and it won't go to me, it will go to our call center. And our call center goes off a script. So it's like, if you talk to me personally, I'll try to help you as much as I can. But if it goes to the call center, you're just going to basically get just a script being read to you.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not that they don't care, but it's that there's nothing that they can do. So, you know, but you got everything back now.
I got everything back, which is great because I bought two banned items, John. I bought two banned British items back from the USA, things that you have that we don't have.
Oh, should we start with those?
I'm going to show my two banned items.
Please.
One, a plastic coffee stirrer.
You don't? Okay.
You still have those in the USA? Wow, banned. Not in the UK.
Wow, frame that.
I went into KFC, and you know what they had? Plastic straws.
Wow, yes, that's the next thing they're trying to ban here. Yes, yes.
So I've come back, and I thought the reason they've got my cases is because I've got these banned items in them, and they know it.
Now, technically, you actually have a third banned item from California.
What is that?
The plastic bag.
Why is that a banned item?
California does not allow, like, if you go into a grocery store, you have to buy the plastic bags because they have pretty much banned plastic bags in California because they're bad for the environment. So if you bring in your own bags, that's fine. If you bring in your own, like, paper, or not paper, but like the fabric ones, you know, that's fine. But when I went to go visit a friend who was in Palm Springs, I said, oh, can I get one of your plastic bags to use for trash on my drive back to Vegas? Nope, nope, nope. That bag is like gold, gold. He would not allow me. And so when I went to go get gas, I said, oh, can I? And I bought like a couple candy bars of soda. I'm like, can I get a bag for these? And they're like, yeah, it's 25 cents. Because they just don't. Now Dollar Tree might be different. Maybe they haven't,
I think you did
instituted.
charge me.
Yeah, they haven't instituted that yet. But but in a lot of places in California, yeah, you cannot get a plastic bag unless you
Wow.
pay for it.
Yeah, but that's pretty much the same here now. I think we're quite I always take my carrier bags with me.
So
Always.
good. So now you got to frame those two things.
Yeah.
My
Well,
trip too.
Dollar Tree bag.
So yeah, just have the Dollar Tree bag and then the two things like on top of it, make it like the little collectible frame.
I tell you what I wanted when I was in Dollar Tree. The one thing I wanted, because I know people have got a Ouija Geist from Dollar Tree, and I saw the other day someone else. It was Dustin had a film I was in called Cute Little. No, it wasn't. Was it Cute Little Buggers? Was it the other one? No, it was the werewolf one. Which I forget the name of it. But a film I was in, he was he had that from there as well. And I'd love to have gone in there and found a film that I was in Dollar Tree. That would have been the best thing.
That would be cool. Well, and also, because you mentioned your daughter likes Legos, they have it. I've done a video on this. They have Make It blocks. So they're rip-offs on Lego, but they have horror, sci-fi, fantasy.
Nice.
They have all these Make It blocks. And I bought like a whole bunch of them, and they're just like Legos, but they're better because they have like horror ones and all that.
How cool.
Yeah. So when you come back, next August, we'll go check out the Dollar Trees in the area, but I'll show you these Make It blocks, and maybe your daughter might like them. So because I think they're pretty cool.
I told you this. I said there's so many toys in there for me. I'm like, oh, look at these He-Man figures. Oh, look at these Transformers figures. But no, John, you're 50. You don't buy toys. But I want them.
But in Dollar Tree, they're not Transformers. They're like Transmorphers or something.
No. They had these mini. They did have these mini Transformers official. They looked official like mini figures.
I think they are. Yeah, because they have Disney stuff. I think it's all overstock. Yeah.
So yeah, cool. Anyway, you want to see some of them?
I want to see what you have. Yes.
I know you got. Okay, I will make this quick. I promise. I can make this quick. I promise. So started with. So when I go through them, I basically go. I go through and go. Oh yeah. And anything horror-ish, I'll buy it. Anything martial artist. Give me a martial art film where you've got the underdog who gets beaten up. He meets somebody who doesn't want to teach him how to do karate, but then he gets beaten up again. So he does teach him how to do karate. Then the underdog becomes the king. It's the same story in every Karate Kid film ever. Give me any of those, and I will buy every single one of them. I guarantee it. So I start with a Cage Fighter. I'm like, yeah, there's one. I'll take it.
Nice. I don't have that one actually. Nice, and it's on Blu-ray.
It's on Blu. This one, yeah. I start my Blues. Yeah. So I won't go into too much detail with them because we really haven't got all
night. What time is it there, by the way?
It's 8:25 p.m.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
yeah.
For you, 12:25.
Yeah. Quite the difference.
Yeah, just it's when I'm texting you, like I text you like 12 o'clock, and for you it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's 4 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm so sorry.
All right. So what else we got?
Dollface.
I got that one, but I think I have it on DVD. So that one looks good. It looks interesting.
It does look good. I haven't really touched any of this. I've opened a few packs, but I've not really touched much because I wanted to just kind of explore them with you. Synapse. Now, what is this? In a future where other people's memories are the new drugs.
Oh, there we go.
Sounds to me like the perfect film. And we've all seen this one, but at 125, you can't say no to Rampage.
Oh, I don't have Rampage.
Right.
Yeah, I would buy that too. That was a fun film.
It was a fun film. It really was. It really was. Another one that we've all seen, and I haven't even opened this one. Just enjoyed this film. I haven't seen the second one yet. The Boy.
I have been criticized. I like Boy 2 better. Boy
Okay.
2 better. I actually liked it better than the first one. I enjoyed both because the first one has Maggie from The Walking Dead in it, but I did like the second one better. Sorry, guys. I thought it was a better movie.
I was impressed. It was an American or a Canadian film pretending to be British, and they did a really good job. I thought. I was really impressed with it. I thought you've done a good job because it's not easy faking a place somewhere else, is it? But
No.
they did, yeah, a lovely job. Assassination Nation.
That's a good one. Yeah, like that one.
Not even got the seal off that one yet. Looking forward to that. I really didn't need it. It's not like I haven't got it on VHS, X rental, VHS, sell through, DVD, many versions, and Blu-ray. But yes, I had to buy yet another copy of Star Trek 6 just because it's the American, nice thin DVD version.
It's one of the best ones. It's probably the second best one, I think, from the original cast. Yeah, that's a good one to have.
After you're going to say part 4 is your favorite, aren't you?
No, I like part 4 because it's shot in the Bay Area.
Oh, 2, of course, 2.
But 2 is the best one. Yeah, 2, then 6. And 4 would fit in there. Yeah,
I did a bunch of Star Trek 4 locations, of course, while I was in San Francisco. I mean, how could you not?
Yeah, oh no, go on.
I haven't seen John Dies at the End.
I have not seen it either. I like the director. I do own it, but yeah, I have not watched it. Good director.
Okay. Now I've seen this next one. I already have it. I've got the Arrow release. Do you have Arrow over there? It's like specialist horror collection. I think it's you've got Vinegar Syndrome, haven't you? But maybe it's similar to them. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's called Satanic Panic in the UK. For some reason, I bought this because yours is just called Panic. But then what was really weird.
Okay, so
it says making of Satanic Panic.
Is that opened? Is the plastic off of it?
No.
So this is my friend Jonathan Moody mentioned this to me. He goes, pull the box off and it says Satanic Panic. That's actually from Walmart. And Walmart, because it's religious, will not allow the word satanic on their videos. So the box, the slip box, they would only allow panic. So
you're absolutely right.
So it's Satanic Panic there. That's how they would allow it. So that's what that is. So I made sure to like pick up like a couple of those because it's like, it just doesn't, it's so stupid that they won't allow Satanic Panic. Because what they're doing is the Satanic Panic. By them censoring it, they're doing exactly what happened in the 80s.
Good film.
Yeah. So yeah, it's got a good cast in it.
Yes. I do like that film. Really, really good. Really good. Duplicity. Don't know it.
Oh, I remember that coming out. No, I don't have that.
Yeah, Julia Roberts, Clive Owen.
I'd get it for Clive Owen. Yeah.
Until I just picked it up then, I'd forgotten I'd even picked it up. Didn't even remember picking it up, but I did. She's ex-CIA. He's ex-MI6.
That box is so wrong.
American thing.
The box just doesn't make sense to what the movie is, but okay. Looks like a rom-com.
So again, rom-com, yes, because together they're stealing the future. Oh, a fortune. No, together they're stealing a fortune. Next up is Being.
That's not bad. I like that one. Yeah.
Don't know it, but it's got Lance Henriksen in it. That's never about him. Ben Browder, never bad one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Pale Door.
Got that one. Yep. That looks good too. And it's Shudder. It's a Shudder release.
Okay. Yes, it is. Sonata.
Got that. Yep. That's good. Yeah, that one looks good.
I think that's my Blu-rays. So nice little pile there.
Some good stuff.
A Night of Horror. This is DVDs now. Night of Horror. The anthology of the year. So I guess it's a bunch of low-budget indie films. I hope it is.
Yes, yeah, it's an anthology. I saw the trailer. The trailer looked good, and all the reviews for it are good. So I'm interested in watching it.
Long Knives Night and Reporting from a Rabbit Hutch. Brutality in Bellaceres.
No idea. Yeah, no idea what that is at all.
Me neither. It looks more like a documentary. I like
Okay.
the look of it. Picked it up. Countdown. Death. There's an app for that. Again, I like the cover. It's what it's all about.
It
Isn't
is a good cover. Not a great movie, but it's got a good cover. Interesting idea.
This is one film I hadn't seen for 20-something years. It's Mario Van Peebles' Posse.
I love Mario Van
love-
Peebles and Melvin Van Peebles. I'm a huge fan of both of them. Posse, I really enjoyed. I liked it. In fact, you could see right up here. This is my collection of his and his dad's movies are right here. Yeah.
Nice. Is Highlander 3 there then?
Highlander 3 is probably behind me because it's with the Highlander movies. So it's on the second shelf. So I do have it, yes.
He's one chap I would love to have met. Really, really love to meet him at some point.
Melvin, I think, is amazing. I think that his work is amazing. I think his son has done some really good stuff too. I mean, he was in Jaws the Revenge. So how can he not be great?
There's nothing wrong with Jaws of Revenge.
No, love it.
So, this is one that just turned up this week. So this one, like my daughter, my wife's, this was in my wife's case. So what's it called? Deadheading.
Got that one. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know I still haven't seen this?
I liked it.
I didn't have it until now.
I think if you were to watch it as the trilogy, I liked it, and I liked the ending, which a lot of people criticized.
Okay.
I thought it was good. I don't care what people think.
I do not know. Glass. Don't speak. No idea. Nice cover.
Yeah, it's a ripoff on the oh, I'm blanking on the name of it, but the guy from The Office, his films with where you can't speak. Why am I blanking on that? Don't something. Don't. I'm totally blanking.
Quiet Place. Is it a rip off of that one?
Quiet Place. That's why I was
yeah.
putting the wrong word in there. Quiet Place. Yeah, exactly.
That wasn't a Dollar Tree one. That's just one that's sitting there waiting to be.
It's a good movie.
Awoken.
Ooh, don't know that one. Yeah, I like that.
Okay,
Yeah, that looks good.
Never Sleep Again. Daniel J. Phillips directed. Don't know him, but I can't wait to see what he's got for me. Blood Immortal.
Got that one. Yep, Vampires looks good.
This is a bit random. Third in the original Gone in 60 Seconds trilogy.
Oh, I
Yeah.
had no idea that they made sequels.
mean,
I know the first one.
I presume it means the original as opposed to the the new ones. And I know I like this one. I think I've seen this on your channel. This is Screaming Skull collection, where you've got a nice little collection.
Yeah, that's got some great stuff on it.
And for $1, you can't flip and go wrong.
No, and it's like 6 movies or 8 movies, something like that.
Exactly. Scientist.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah.
Or The Creatures.
Nice Christmas horror.
Screaming.
Yeah.
Sleeping Dogs Lie, complete with 2-3 films of Taken in Broad Daylight and Headhunter.
So that film, Sleeping Dogs Lie, is directed by Dino Kovacs, who was one of the new Monkeys in 1986 when the Monkeys had their revival. He lives in LA, and I got to hang out with him at a reunion of the new Monkeys. And he was on one Filmmaker, one film, talking about that movie and the new Monkeys and all that stuff. So you have a film by an ex-new Monkey.
It's flipping brilliant. And I know how much you like the Monkeys.
Yes, but this is the new Monkeys. These were complete... in 87, in 86, the Monkeys had their big revival, and then they did like a Star Trek: The Next Generation, where they recasted all the Monkeys and did a whole new show. It only lasted 10 episodes, maybe.
Okay.
They came out with an album, and Dino was the drummer. And when he left the new Monkeys, he became his own filmmaker. So yeah, really nice guy. I had a great time talking to him. So it's a good movie too.
Cool. The Blackout, Invasion Earth. To be honest, I love my low budget horror, but sci-fi sometimes scares me. Low budget sci-fi. Some of the effects are like so bad that I think with
it's
horror,
not going to live up to that cover.
No, and I don't mean to be disrespectful. Nobody dies. Well, they better die because I want to watch a film where people die.
It's pretty damn boring. Yeah.
Yeah. With real life, I don't want anyone to die, but on film, I want them all to die. Crossbreed. This is War, but it's got Vivian A. Fox and Daniel Baldwin in it. So I think if you can afford them, you can't be too bad.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah.
That's the way they sell it to me. Here's a Shudder original, The Furries.
Oh, I want that. Yeah. Yeah, that's our new thing now is finding the Shudder movies at Dollar Tree.
Okay, okay. Richard Dreyfuss, The Astronaut.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Look, quite sweet. If I try and say it properly, I'll sound silly, so I'm not going to.
Belzebub something. I think I had a problem pronouncing it myself when I had it on my show.
Beelzebub. Yeah, Beelzebub. Yeah. So there's no point in trying. I'm not going to try that one either. Osiris, the Osiris child.
Okay, yeah, don't have that one.
What's
Yeah.
really bad when people pick up a Ouija Geist and I see them going Ouija Geist, and I think, oh yeah, you can't even say it properly. There's me, I'm just as guilty. Here's a Shudder, The Night Shifter.
Yep, that's a good one. Yep.
It's martial art, so I'm gonna love it.
Oh, don't know that one. Yeah.
Fight for Justice. Savage Creatures.
Yeah, that one looks good. Yeah.
High Moon, which is what was that Sean Connery film called? Outland.
Yeah.
Highland. It had been called High Moon. It was made to be, it was a remake of High Noon in space. High Moon was what it should have been called. Is it Varsity? Am I saying that right?
Oh, Varsity Blood.
Varsity Blood.
That's a good one. Yeah, I have that as a double feature with another slasher film. Yeah.
Okay. And is this baby Baba Yaga? Am I saying that right?
I believe so, yes. Yeah, I got that one too, yeah.
Okay. That's not all of them, of course.
I am expecting more.
Beyond the Edge.
Oh, I don't know that one. Okay.
Beyond the Edge actually has Sean from Firefly and Casper Van Dien from Starship Troopers.
Okay.
Blood, Sweat, and Terrors.
Okay, got that one. Yeah. Man,
like
you've got some stuff that I've never even seen or heard of. This is awesome. Beast Mode is good. It's a good movie about Hollywood. Yeah.
Okay. Here's another one of those nice little bunch of.
That's another good one. All of those.
Zombie Hell House, and of course Night of the Living Dead, all nicely put in the from the free for all. Another one there.
The Roger Corman movies, yes.
Yeah, Wild Ride, Beast from the Haunted Cave, Fast and the Furious, T-Bird Gang, and High School Big Shot. Yeah,
those are made by a company called Popcorn Flicks. They do a really good job.
Nice. Here's another one. This is the Dark Moon collection.
I don't have that one. Yeah, that's what I'm searching for. Yeah.
I should have picked it up for you while I was there. Ready for next year. Here's another one.
That's a great one. That's one of the best ones that they did. All Brain movies.
All Brain. Kill Mode.
Okay, got that one. Yep.
Xenomorphia. That is
made by Joe Castro, and so that's got some known directors on it. Joe Castro, the effects artist. So nice. It's pretty good. It's like a little anthology of alien movies.
Okay, I'm always up for that. This is Thursday. What's it called? The Man Who Was Thursday, again with 2 free films on it. So it's got Love and Rage and All Things to All Men. So I like the bonus movies. It's nice for you going to give me.
Yeah.
VFW, but some great names in there. We've got Stephen Lang, William Sadler, Martin Cove, and Fred Williamson. So you can't get wrong.
I've heard it's good. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but a lot of people like it.
Trick.
Yes, but the guys who did the remake of My Bloody Valentine. Yeah.
I love the fact you know everything. Yummy.
I got that one too.
Shudder. The Unkindness of Ravens. Nothing to do with Edgar Allan Poe, I don't think.
I don't think so.
The Barge People, hats off to the best cover.
That
Yes,
is
it's a slipcase. So
that is a good one. Oh, I saw that look.
What the look? The look of evil little things.
Okay.
Yeah, the look of I'm running out.
Oh, that's okay.
Gates of Darkness.
Okay. Okay, got that one too. Yep.
And Antrim. And
that is a good one. That's a good, it's a movie about a cursed movie. And if you watch it, you die.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And
not like The Ring type of thing.
There.
Look at all that. That's like gold. That's just.
I want to go to America every week. When I was over there, I wanted to pop down to Amityville. And I even took my camera, which was really pointless, so I never used it for anything. And I thought, oh, I'll just pop down to Amityville and just do a little bit of guerrilla filmmaking, you know, just a bit of background filming. And we didn't get to go, so we took the train back from Manhattan Island to to JFK, and I saw Long Island on the way, and I thought, man, it would be so easy just to fly to JFK, then just get yourself a week in Long Island. So I looked at flights for this coming April. They're not that expensive. I asked Mrs. Walker if we could just pop back to the States for a few days over Easter, and it was a no.
If you end up ever doing it and you can get some good footage of that house, we could use it in movies.
Well, it's not just a house, anything. I mean, railway station, sheriff's office, whatever you use, you've got, you
just want it to say Amityville,
so you can use it in the film somewhere. If if there was to be another project, which I would like there to be, but there isn't likely to be in the close future.
Well, I mean, if in August you end up out here, we'll definitely hit some really cool spots. So and look at the Dollar Trees and check out some of the touristy areas, and we'll make like a whole thing of it. Maybe we could even film some of you as your as Peter Summers, and we'll give you a mic, and you could be, I'm reporting out here from Las Vegas.
But that I took the camera with me. Just bought this new 4K camera. I took it with me to the States. And I thought, right, does anyone want any news footage from San Francisco? From Peter Summers come to you live from San Francisco, and it's like no one really wanted anything. I'm like, man,
I missed that. I would have said yes.
I would have said yes.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't say that.
Well, suit.
You're on vacation with your family.
Yeah, but it makes me happy.
But I missed that post. I completely missed the post. Otherwise, I would have said yes. But I wouldn't have asked it because you're with your family. And
taking my 7-year-olds to McDonald's with people with guns and giving them nice little trips to Alcatraz.
Yeah, Alcatraz is definitely a place to go visit. Even though I lived almost my entire life there, I never went to Alcatraz.
Really?
Yeah, I did go to. You just don't go to places that you live by. You just don't really think about it.
Absolutely. There's when you get on the boat in Alcatraz, the flies, there were hundreds of them. It was like, wow, this is Amityville for real. There was so many flies just on the boat, not at Alcatraz, not at the bay, just on the boat. It's just when we're getting on the boat, it's really weird. Hundreds of flies.
Yeah, it's a great place, and I would love to shoot something out in Alcatraz. But I have been to San Quentin. I worked on a documentary that was in San Quentin, so I was able to go in there and meet some of the inmates and stuff like that in San Quentin. And it took me till like 25 to even walk across the Golden Gate Bridge. I drove across it like 1,000 times, but I never walked it.
Okay.
So
we didn't go all the way. It's quite big.
It's a long walk. I mean, it's when you hit the other side, you're like, oh crap, now I got to walk back.
Yeah, but the other side is where Starfleet is going to set up base, isn't it?
Yeah, there's Starfleet, Skynet, all the stuff.
Oh, okay.
you know, it's that's what's so great about San Francisco. Why I think it's better than New York. You know, how many movies take place in San Francisco where there's star bases and you know, Planet of the Apes are running around on cable cars. You
I used to be
know,
a fan of a TV show called Crazy Like a Fox. I
oh
loved Crazy Like a Fox, loved it. So I wish I haven't got any of those on DVD. I don't think they ever got released, but I wish I did, because I would have done some sort of location scouting for them. I did loads of Dirty Harry location scouts, you know, finding where he gets beaten up when they think he's a peeping Tom, and I don't know. I did loads of stuff. I did loads of stuff for Dirty Harry. I found, you know, obviously I was on the bus and I'm going, that's the Hilton. Oh, the Hilton. So the beginning of Dirty Harry, when he's at the other building looking down at the Hilton. So I got off the bus and, oh my God, that's the other building. That's where they shoot the girl in the swimming pool at the beginning. And I just kind of just getting all excited on my own.
yeah, if you had stayed on the bus, you would have gone up the freeway where the ending of Dirty Harry takes place, where he ends up shooting the
No,
sniper.
really?
Yeah, because it's where the ferry is that goes to San Francisco. But right before that, right on the other side of the road, it just used to be dirt and like
Okay.
old rusted mining gear. And we used to play there as a kid.
Oh,
And all
wow.
my friends and I would take our bikes and go play there. And there's an old railroad that goes across the freeway and you go under it. And that's where Dirty Harry's standing with his gun, when the guy is, you know, when the sniper's in the bus and he kills him at that place. We used to play there all the time.
Gosh.
And so
I didn't know where any of that was. And then I
Yeah.
found out also the bit where he's like, you know, gonna ask you when he's at the bank and you're gonna ask yourself a question and all that. That's Backlot Studio, so that's not even San Francisco anyway. So but no, I didn't know that was just there. But I would
yeah,
like to go back.
you wouldn't know it. I mean, you would have to, it's a whole shopping center and all that. It doesn't look at all like the Dirty Harry place.
Well, Dirty Harry wouldn't work today. Whilst there, I noticed you don't have telephones anymore. Public telephones have vanished. So Dirty Harry would never work anymore because there's no public telephones.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's a little too politically incorrect for some of these people. So, you know, which is why he's great. So
Yeah. I wish they'd just done one more Harry, one more film, you know, not Deadpool, just one for him to retire. It would have been nice to retire him out properly.
Yeah. And now he's just too old to do it. I mean, there's no way that he could run or anything. It would have to be one of those movies where he's bringing on like Dirty Harry Jr. He, you know, kind of like passing the torch type of thing. So he would have to be Dirty Harry, who still hasn't learned how to be politically correct yet, with the young black cop that's going to take over for him. And so it would have to be kind of like Rush Hour, where like Dirty Harry is Jackie Chan, you know, type of thing. And that's how they would have to get rid of Dirty Harry permanently. And then bring in the politically correct you know, new cop, you know, that nobody would like because he's not Dirty Harry. So well, is there anything else? Can you tell us anything else about your trip? Anything else that you would like people to know about you or your films or TV?
No, as I say, I'm not very good at publicizing. So I just want to finish the one you've worked for me, Blood Bride. It is only a B movie, and it's just for a bit of fun. I just need a couple of days to shoot it, and that's just not happened. It will get finished, John. I promise you that. Amityville is out on DVD in the US on the 13th of December. I didn't think it would get. I thought that was the end of the DVD market. I did not think I'd ever have anything on DVD again, considering that I've only actually made 2 real films, because there was a short film I did. So the short film I did that became half of 5G Zombies, but that's not really, you know, that was never really, you know, it wasn't meant for that. It was just a short film. So
oh, that's right. Yeah, you're in that too, and that's Wild Eye releasing also, I believe.
Yes. So yes, I haven't really got much going on. It's just work. I mean, I love my job. But it's just, you know, I'm so grateful that I get so many blocks and they just book me. But
that's great.
That means I don't really have time to do my own stuff. Hence why all the Peter Summers stuff. or I'd love to just make short films. There's somebody advertising at the moment for a whole anthology of Amityville shorts. And I thought, oh great, I'd love to do something for that, but what's the point? Because
who's doing that?
I don't know. It was somebody, a guy. Do you know Killian Gore, who does all
Yes.
those? Killian put it on his website recently. Just passed the information on that.
Oh, I'll look them up and see what's available. Because I plan on doing my own. I want to do Amityville Campout next year, which I already put like a little promo poster up for. So I mean, people know that I want to do it. But the idea is that the tent that they get is Ronald DeFeo's tent. And when they notice everything's wrong and they're like, it's the tent. What's going on with this tent? There's that little thing on it that says property of Ronald DeFeo. So it'd be the tent from the original house that they purchased, and they didn't know it.
Now he's passed away. You can legally say whatever you want about this man. You can have anything you want. You can
That's
say.
true.
If someone's dead, it's you can say what you want about anybody.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So that's my Amityville film, and then we're still trying David Sterling, and I don't know there's 2 scripts that I wrote for him that are perfectly fine, and they're now over 2 years old, so I don't know why they're just not happening.
Well, they're still selling because the likes of you and me are still buying them on a monthly basis. So we're still buying them, so they're still selling. But you asked earlier why Amityville itself is so popular, and I think it's simply a case of I twigged quite early on. I'm very, very lucky. I twigged quite early on that Amityville is the name of a town. You can't copyright a town,
right?
And what DeFeo did is in public domain. It went to court. It's in public domain. So what he did is fact. So you can't copyright facts. Unlike the Lutz's story, which is all copyrighted because unfortunately it is fiction. So you can't do anything with Amityville Horror because it's copyrighted because it's fiction. But the Lutz family, what he did is fact because he really did kill 6 members of his family, and he really did go to jail. So you can say what you want about that because it's in the public domain. And I think that's why Amityville is doing so well. People have gone, oh my God, I can make a film that's part of a franchise and not actually have a franchise role. And I think if suddenly we will make, suddenly Friday the 13th became a public domain thing, I think there would be 1,000 Friday the 13th films out there.
Oh, there's definitely a ton of fan films. That's sure.
Released ones. Yeah.
I mean, that's, as long as you call it a fan film, you're fine. So it's I mean, I think what I just don't like is I like when somebody comes up with an idea for Amityville that has something to do with Amityville, that has something to do with the film. Yeah. I'm not a fan when they retitle, something that has nothing to do with it. Like, what was it, that St. Misery Road?
Yeah.
That just became Amityville. I bought it. It says
I bought it on Blu-ray as well as DVD because in Germany it had a Blu-ray release, so I bought it from there. I'm so stupid, knowing full well, like Amityville Prison, it's not an Amityville film.
No, it's called something complete. That's one I haven't been able to find on Blu-ray. I mean, on DVD. Yeah, Amityville Prison I can't find because I don't want it under the other title. I want the Amityville Prison title. But it's I think like it's because I heard like, well, Amityville Awakening I really enjoyed. I like that it was meta and that the films are the films. Like they say what happened really happened, but then there's a whole bunch of movies that are after it. So it's very meta. From what I understand, they tried that with Jeepers Creepers, the new one. Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
Yeah, I won't even...
Is the last... Yeah, the last 3 movies are movies in the new movie. Like they never happened. They're based on the legend of the creature.
They should never. I don't agree that it should have even got made. I don't agree. They shouldn't have been. He shouldn't be making money out of anything. And when they say he's not making money, he is making money. So I don't agree.
You're talking about the director, the original director, because he has. I guess he has nothing to do with the remake. He
created it. End of. So they shouldn't be making them.
Yeah, he's not a good guy at all. But a lot of people complained about Coppola, Francis Ford Coppola, because his name is on the first 3 movies.
Yeah, absolutely. He's the one who put the money in, and yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, I guess overall he's the one to blame. I hate to say it, but I do like the movies, but I hate the filmmaker. Like, I would never support the filmmaker, but I do own the 3 films. But once you realize who and what Victor Salva is, and you could see Victor Salva in The Creeper, and that he's killing all these teenagers that are like shirtless and stuff, the films kind of gross you out a little bit. It's like, ugh. So that's why I was hoping with maybe Reborn that they would just get away from all that stuff. But I haven't seen it, so.
Yeah, I keep away. I just keep away from the franchise, to be honest with you.
It's probably the better idea. It just, you know, if people didn't want to see it or buy it, they would probably just, it would just disappear. So, you know, it's kind of like what they did with Freddy, where how they, as the series went on, they moved away from him being a child molester to him just being like a child murderer. Like,
yeah,
there was no,
which is much more acceptable. But yeah, that's fine. Killing kids is fine. But it's weird. But
So, all right. So are we, I think are we at that point?
Well, what have we done? We've done 2 hours, John.
We're just about there. Yeah, just about. So, but I want everybody to know who you are and what you're all about and stuff. So, you know, that's one of the reasons why I do these things.
I'm going to say you've made us very, very comfortable. I always worry. I always say no to any chats about anything. I'm not a very good person at publicizing myself. I don't big myself up and my stuff. I don't big up very well. But I do thoroughly enjoy making indie stuff, and I do thoroughly enjoy watching other people's indie stuff. And I love being involved in anything. You know, if I can get a chance to do Peter Summers and somebody's film or anything else, I'm always there for it. I love it so much. I just don't get the time I want to. But at some point, you know, I'm not going to get the work I'm getting now, and then you know. It's kind of, if you can hear the clock there, chugging away.
Well, I mean, knowing that you're a big Amityville fan, it makes sense that you would make Amityville Theater or Playhouse. What made you want to make
with the Ouija Geist?
Ouija Geist.
Yeah, Ouija Geist.
Geist.
Well, the reason I made that is because, first off, I wanted to learn. There's a very small element in Amityville where I use the Ouija board, and I think a Ouija board. I love the Ouija films so much, and I had to get permission to use that Ouija board in Amityville from is it Hasbro, the toy maker?
Yes, yeah.
I had to get permission for that scene to even be in Amityville.
Was it an actual Hasbro Ouija board?
Because it's actual. It's like the one from The Exorcist. You know, that one, that Ouija board that you buy from the. So anyway, but I thought, right, I would love to make a film about an Ouija board. So obviously copyright free. So, and I love the Ouija films. What are they called? What are they called? Witchcraft. I love the Witchboard. I love the Witchboard films.
All yeah.
Really love those.
Yeah, the old school ones. Yeah.
I wanted my own Witchboard film, I guess. And a Ouija had just come out, and the second one hadn't come out at that point. And I thought, you know, I could kind of just try and jump on that bandwagon and get it out at that point. But mine came out much later because I struggled with without talking too much about money. I didn't make any money back from Amityville, and we found that out just before we finished filming Ouija Guys. So the ending of Ouija Guys, well, I was going to shoot in Morocco, got cancelled, and the film took a long time to get released because I didn't have anyone to edit it that I could for a long time. But I just wanted to make something, and I wanted to learn all the lessons from Amityville. Go, okay, let's make it a much simpler story. Let's film it in the UK. Going to Canada to shoot a film doesn't make it a better film. In fact, for the American audience, shooting it in Britain is probably a better thing because they're seeing things they don't normally see. You know, British houses, British cars, British culture,
right?
British accents. So, you know, I tried to make it very British. I tried to make it timeless as well. I don't know why. I thought, so she's got quite an old phone. She listens to cassettes. She's got a VHS player. And I wasn't trying to make it in the past. I just wanted to make it kind of almost in no time. It doesn't really take place in 2018 or 16 or 22. It was just, it's just a present day film. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Anyway, I just wanted to make a film about an Ouija board. It's that simple.
So
And I'd like to do a follow-up at some point. I think if I don't get to direct a sequel to Ouija Geist, then I wouldn't mind producing and paying for someone else to make it for me. But my daughter was 10 months old when we shot it, and I knew she had to climb the stairs, and she still couldn't climb the stairs. So I spent ages practicing with her. Come on, climb the stairs. You've got to do this next week in my bloody film.
Well, how about doing like Amityville Ouija Geist, something like that. Amityville,
yeah. Or Amityville Witch Board, Amityville Ouija board.
Yeah, there you
Maybe
go.
the Ouija board came from Amityville. It did cross my mind. It really did. It did. But the only link the two films have, in Amityville, there's a barwoman called Karen, played by Leslie Scoble from Village of the Damned, and Leslie came back as the major character in the Ouija Guys. Same character, Karen. Doesn't talk about any of the events in Amityville. She just happens to be the same woman playing the same character, and this is kind of her story.
Okay.
So,
well, then I'll ask you this one last thing, and then I'll let you go. Why the theater in Amityville? How did you get a hold of that?
How did I get a hold of it, or why did I use a theater?
I guess both, but like, why did you want it to be a theater, and then how did you get a hold of it?
Right. So I want to make a film about Amityville. I know I've got to make it in the UK because I can't afford to make a film in the USA. So I write this film. Well, I get someone else to write it, but I write this super long synopsis for the poor guy to make a film in the UK. So I thought, well, what can it be? If it can't be a house, because our houses do not look alike. Our pubs don't look like, every building, they just look so different in America to the UK. And on the way to work every day, I'd go past this old theatre that was turned into a bingo hall and then closed down in Dudley, in the West Midlands in the UK. And I go past this big theatre every day. I'm like, that's what I want. I want to film it in there. It's got a beautiful big pavement, which almost looks like an American sidewalk because it's such a large gap. I thought I could easily double the outside and the inside as it's an American place. So I'll get British actors to play American accents and make this film for the American market. But whatever, I just make an American film in the UK. I struggled. The local council would not let me use the theatre at all. They made it very clear. I had a backup theatre not too far away, but somebody broke in and then burnt the basement down, thus making it unsafe to film in. And I just could not find a location. I was struggling so hard. I cast the film, and yet I was struggling to find a location at a price I could afford. And then my DP was in Canada shooting his niece's wedding. And he goes, John, I'm in Canada, and they're really nice here. And I've told them about your film, and they said you can use their theatre and you could hire it. They only use it Friday night to Saturday night. And anyway, the more we talked, the local paper in Nipawin got in touch, and they were being really nice, gave us front page that we're going over there to make a film. And the Canadians opened their arms and did everything. They were so lovely to us.
That's cool. Yeah.
And we got everything for pennies or for nothing. I'd go to a shop and go, you go, whatever your question, the answer is yes. Can I shoot in your shop? Yes. Will you be in my film? Yes. Then he goes, who's looking after you? And I go, oh, Deb's looking after us. Here's a dozen eggs to feed you. And I'm like, oh my God, you're giving me eggs. I knocked on somebody's door. I said, hi, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but
what's that?
So my battery saver is on. Consider plugging your device in. It is plugged in. What is your problem?
Oh, you're still good.
Okay. Well, before that, oh, I got it. I don't know. Look, anyway, so I knocked on somebody's door and said, look, can I shoot outside of your? I said, I'm a local filmmaker. They said, yes, we saw it on the newspaper, the local paper. I said, can I shoot outside your house? Of course you can. I'm like, and everybody just let me shoot everywhere. I've got all these messages coming up now saying that I'm going to die soon, power-wise. I don't know why.
Okay,
But,
well, we'll wrap it up then. So that doesn't.
But anyway, everyone in Canada were just lovely. They looked after me. And it's so embarrassing that I live in Dudley in the UK and no one wants to look after me. I go 5,000 miles away and they open their arms out. They close roads for me. The mayor closed a road.
Wow.
I mean, wow.
Yeah, I like that it's kind of it's not just a theater, but it's kind of around.
Well, I was going to call the film at one point Amityville. That's why I knew I couldn't have the house. So I thought, right, let's think about this. Amityville is the name of the town. It's not the name of a house. The house is called High Hopes. So the town is called Amityville. So that was my plan. It was like, how can I still make a film about Amityville, incorporate the 6 deaths from 73, where everyone has to, 6 people have to die each year, in order to keep the demons happy that live underneath the town. It made sense in my head. It probably didn't make sense.
Well, I really like the movie, so I mean,
you're lovely.
Like I've said, it's one of my favorite ones. So, and that was without even knowing you. So I'm not just saying that because I know you. I'm saying that before I knew you. So
you're very kind.
But I don't want you to cut out, and I know that it's getting late there. So we'll wrap this up, and I think we are basically at we are right at the 2-hour spot. So. Awesome. I'm very happy about that. And then there's all the video that you sent me that I'm going to incorporate in. I might put it at the end of the beginning. I'm not really sure. But I kind of figure out where to put it in.
See my panicked face of, okay, there's a chap here with a gun.
Yeah, I'll try to put it within. If I can, for some reason, I'll kind of group it all together and put it at the very end as a bonus. So, because I do want to get that footage on there. So, all right. Well, Mr. John R. Walker, thank you very much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, I'm not sure what to call this. It may be One Filmmaker, One Film, or have a slightly different title. Kind of One Filmmaker, One Film, maybe.
One Filmmaker, One Film, but a whole lot of stuff from the Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree, that's right. And I really do appreciate you doing this. And
are you kidding? It's been really great talking to you, John. Really has. Really has.
Yeah, I love it. Thanks. I'm glad that we could finally do it. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to say goodbye before he disappears for the screen, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.
Bye, John. See you soon, my darling.
See you later, John, the other John. Bye.
I'm going to press stop video. Are you ready?
All right, here we go. Ready? And, he did it before. There we go. Okay. All right. No, you're good. Okay, now I'm going to go.
And I'm going to go. So, John, keep in touch.
Sir.
Soon.
All right. See you later. Thanks.
My wife will be so pleased that these will vanish out the house now. All these videos will go into the office now. Maybe horror collections.
There you go. Got to organize them all.
Too right.
Bye. See ya.
See you later, Mr. Ward. Bye-bye, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody. See you later. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I'm not sure if this is going to be a One Filmmaker, One Film, or if this is going to be a Dark Park Film Reviews, but I'll figure out what this is, and it will most likely be up next week. So thanks a lot. I appreciate everybody. Be safe, be kind, and I'll talk to you on the next video. Bye.
More on that later. People are being evacuated from the area as quickly as possible. I tried to speak to the officer in charge to find out where the locals are being taken, but he was too busy to talk to me. What we do know is that the army have sent as many as 100 buses to transport the locals to a safer environment. There's still no word where the object actually came from. Some are speculating Russia, others France. Some even say it could well be from outer space. Little green men visiting Vegas for the weekend, perhaps. Information is pretty thin right now. We do have our man Matt on the scene. We're just waiting for him to get in touch. Police have told us this is a completely militarised operation, and the police are just doing as they're told, and they are unable to comment at this time.
Hi John, it's me. Okay, so this is our fourth Dollar Tree, well, my fourth Dollar Tree since I've been in the United States. I'm in Anaheim. It's my second one in Anaheim, so I'm going to go in now, see what they got. Because I go home back to England tomorrow, I'm going to miss out on all these great Dollar Tree discs. Come on, let's go. Okay, so we walk in and we can see all these straight away. So let's see what we've got here, shall we? horror. Let's have a look at these in a minute. So I tend to just find myself going through all of them, getting a little pile, then making a decision from there which ones I am going to get. I'm going to carry on doing this and leave you to do something else for now. There just seems to be so many in this one. They're everywhere. And down here, look, it's like Christmas. But that's what I've chosen so far. I will come back to you later. And that's it. Okay, so I've just come out. I bought, I think, 18 or 19 of them. Yes, and I think I've got about 40 or so now to sneak into my suitcase and then get back to the UK. And well, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it. So anyway, when I get back to the UK, we will talk properly, John, about the haul I got here and how exciting it was, etc, etc. And I'll speak to you later. Cheerio, my friend. Okay, John, another problem with this coming to LA, of course, coming to Los Angeles, is that when they're currently in a McDonald's and we've got the police on one side and a chap with a gun on the other side, we're now trapped in McDonald's. They're trying to just get everyone out of here, and we're just kind of staying put until more policemen come along. Who? Policeman wants to... Hello again. What an eventful time on my way home from Dollar Tree. There's now 7 police cars here, and we've just escaped McDonald's that was under siege by a guy with a gun and some woman, and now all the police are turning up, and we're going to catch our bus back. So yeah, lovely visit to America. We'll go home now, where McDonald's isn't quite as exciting as yours. So we'll say goodbye, and we'll see you soon. Cheerio. Okay, good morning, John. Today's the day I'm going home. Now, I thought before I go, I'll just pop into Target to see if they've got any real, new release DVDs, because I want to buy the new Sniper film. But as I got on the bus and got here, I've accidentally found my 5th Dollar Tree. My wife's going to go mad. I mean, I've had to take a load of discs out of their cases and get rid of the cases, and then keep the inlays and put the discs in other cases, just to try and cut down how much I'm actually taking home. I mean, I so didn't expect this, to the point that I haven't even got a hat on today, and I don't like being seen without a hat on. But we're going to go in this Dollar Tree first. Oh gosh, she's going to go mad. Please don't let there be much in here. See you shortly, John. Okay, luckily this one doesn't have too many, because I really couldn't get away with buying many more. So I've just picked up this one, Hitting the Man Who Was Thursday, and Blood, Sweat and Terrors. That's it, Best Behaviour. I mean, there's a few here that you go, oh, I just want to have a look. But no, Best Behaviour. Best Behaviour. John, I'll speak to you later. Cheers. Okay, John, as I walk away, I did really well. I managed to walk away with just 2. I did look, there's probably about 5 or 6 I would normally have had, but seriously, I've packed everything I can in my suitcase. I've taken discs out, put covers in other magazines, everything I can to try and condense the space. I'm sure if customs stop me, they'll tell me off, or something. So anyway, Best Behaviour, walked away with 2. I'm going to catch my bus again now, and then head back home. No more Dollar Trees, but 5. I mean, from considering how I struggled to find one in the first place, now I'm just finding them everywhere. It's fabulous. So hey, great news. I will see you soon. I'll see you when I get back, and we'll discuss these properly about what ones we got, etc. So yes, indeed, I'm just using this walk and talk for an absolute no reason whatsoever, except that I can. and of course the fact that I have no idea really where I am. Everything's so big here. But yeah, John, look, I'm waffling on about nothing. So yeah, I walked away with 2. Talk about it when I get home. Yeah, that's it really. I'll see you later. And I did just pop into Target as well, I must confess. All I wanted was a new Sniper film, but they don't seem to have it, and they also don't have Batwoman Season 3 on Blu-ray, which is a real shame, because I'm now going to have to get them imported, and it always costs so much money to get stuff imported, when I could just kind of bring them home while I'm here. So that's it. I really am going. Cheers.